I'd like to ask a question about India because, like, just it seems like you guys weren't sick at all on that trip, and honestly, I think it's a miracle. Like,
Yeah, it's funny. Everybody we said, oh, we're going to India. They were like, oh, Delhi belly.
yeah, at least one person out of the duo going always gets, and everyone says deathly sick.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. Yeah, yeah, it's quite famous, I think, for that. And yeah, like it's funny because we were quite conscious of that going into it, and we went to a travel clinic here in Lisbon, and they gave us various vaccinations, and they were like, don't eat. Fresh leaf salad and only sort of roasted vegetables, or all this kind of typical advice.
Wow.
But it was quite funny because then in our first day in Delhi, everything went out the window because we found this food cart and it was like full of people around it, and it just looked so delicious and so interesting, and it just like all the advice we received just went out the window. Like, we have to try this out, and we were eating it, and we were like halfway through eating it, we were like, this is probably with like tap water. This is probably with like local tap water. Like, we're gonna be so ill tomorrow, but it was kind of too late, and this thing was too delicious and stuff.
Oh my
But
God.
I think anyway, we were fine as it happens. But it is funny how yeah, you have these like strong ideas about be careful, be careful, be careful, and you get there and you're like, this looks delicious, and your mind's just like, I don't care.
I feel like you pulled that from a Simpsons episode. Like, that sounds
Yeah.
like Homer before he goes away gets this advice, and he's like, "Oh, look, a donut in the sewer.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have one of those." That sounds great.
Yeah, yeah. No, so we did pretty well. We only got ill. We only got ill once. Yeah, and that was fairly badly ill for a couple of days.
That's honestly, that
But
sounds like best case scenario. Like
yeah.
more people than not that I know that have gone to India has been like my husband or wife or friend was
Mm,
sick for a week, and we
mm,
thought they were going to be in the hospital, or we went to the hospital. So if you guys were sick for
okay.
2 days, maybe it's that
Yeah,
Portuguese tap water that's
yeah.
solidified your digestive tract.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, we did follow some common sense stuff. Like, we were careful that, okay, the places that we pick to eat, make sure a lot of people are eating in there so that there's like a good turnaround with the food. We weren't really, apart from a couple of times when we stayed in nice hotels, we were not really eating like fresh leaf salads and stuff that had been washed in the tap water.
Right.
So for the most part, we were following the sensible advice that you get, and maybe we got a little bit lucky. I think it's just kind of part of it. You just got to kind of accept.
Right.
We were there for a month. It's probably going to happen once, and it did. And you kind of just accept it. But yeah, I wouldn't. I think in the past that would have maybe stopped me going there, being like, oh, I really don't want to get ill and stuff. But it was just such a beautiful, interesting destination, and just so different, and all the food was just so incredible. That you kind of forget, that you do carry a little bit of a risk, but it's just the reward is so huge that it's really worth it.